Hi, I'm Mika.
Hi, I'm Sujin.
And this is our story from the soul. I was born and raised in Austria, but my parents come originally from Poland. I was living in a small town called Gmunden for 20 years. It's like located to the beautiful Traunsee. It's a place where you love to do vacations. And yeah, I spent there my first 20 years, and then I moved to Vienna, where I studied. And I lived in Vienna for nearly 15 years before I moved to Australia basically for vacation, where I met Sujin. And we fell in love on this vacation. And yeah, I decided after 8 years of long distance relationship that I will move to Korea. And here I am, settled down, got married 3 years ago, happily.
Happily.
And here we are.
I was born and raised in Korea. I am Korean. I'm from Busan, but for the university I moved to Seoul when I was 19 years old. And during my study I decided to do a little experiences abroad and take some language courses. And I went to Australia and I met Mika, and I am bound to him forever since then.
You're mine.
Shoot.
Our love story basically starts 11 years ago in Australia. I came basically to Australia because of my ex-girlfriend. But yeah, things didn't go that way. So we separated. And I decided to make the best out of my Australia stay and went to the language course. And in this language class, Sujin was sitting in the table next to me.
Yeah, I remember still like the time Mika walked into the class because he was super tall, and I don't know, like I was already staying there for 1 month or something. Australia was such a great country. I met already a lot of great people, but I couldn't really find love. And that was one of also what I was looking for when I moved to Australia, because I was young and single. And when he came to the school, when he entered that door to the class, and I just felt like, okay, that guy is mine. So
Really, you thought that?
yeah.
I remember that moment when I entered that classroom and you were sitting in a table next to me.
Yeah.
I was like, who's that hot chick? I was like,
Thanks.
so I was immediately curious, but you know, like I had the feeling at that time I had no chance to hit on you. You know, like because you felt like a different class to me, like not my level.
No. Probably because I was sitting on the table with a bunch of other guys and I was the only girl on the table. That's why.
But I started to figure out that perhaps you liked me because once, I guess it was the Wednesday, like it was on the third day we got to know each other, and you stopped on the crossroad, you remember, to talk to me. And I was like so surprised, like we said hello and then you stopped to talk to me. How you doing?
Yeah, because I was into you.
So I was like, oh, she wants to talk to me. So it was a nice surprise. And on that day, you sit on the same table like me. Was the first time you did.
Yeah, because all my other friends didn't come to the class conveniently, so I can move to your table to talk to you more.
So it was good. And on that day, you bit me into the arm. You remember that?
Yes, I don't remember why I did that, but to show you something, I don't know, like I beat him.
Yeah, I guess I challenged you. I said, I bet you won't bite me. I guess something like this. I challenged you and said, you bet, and you did it.
And he liked it, obviously.
And I remember on that night we went out for the first time together.
I can't believe that it was 11 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a long time ago. And we kissed on that day, on that night, for the first time.
Yeah.
Because like I kind of fake proposed you. You remember? I don't know the bar anymore, how it was called, but I proposed you with this fake
It was a
tissue ring.
It was a
And I
stupid bar joke. Like,
Kinda, yeah. And then everybody was saying like, oh, kiss, 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 kiss. And then we kissed. And I have it on video. So actually we have our very first kiss, we have it basically on film.
yes.
Very unique, very special.
So we spent 3 months in Australia together, but I needed to come back to Korea because I was still in the university. So at the beginning, we didn't really into keeping our relationship because none of us were the believer of the long distance relationship. So we said it was a very nice, beautiful, special 3 months, bye-bye. And then I moved back to Korea, and as soon as I arrived, I checked my email and everything, and I got this long message from Mika that, he just felt it, like he just realized that he cannot do without me, so we should keep seeing each other. And also, I've got a lot of messages from our classmates that they saw Mika was crying in the class because he drove me to the airport and he went to school, and then he couldn't really hold it back. So I was like,
For me, it was the moment where I realized that I really love you, because like we basically agreed to split.
Yeah.
And it felt still okay till I brought you to the airport. But on the way back, like that pain in my heart. And then when I came back into the classroom, and Kirsten, our English teacher, she said like, "Oh, must be tough for you without Sujin." Oh.
And immediately.
And I was like crying, like, it's like a puppy, like, "Ah!" I needed to run out. It was very embarrassing.
I also remembered the flight was really horrible for me because I also cried a lot. I even fell asleep because I cried like 1 hour without stopping, and then I just literally just fell asleep because it was too exhausting. I even, passed the meal without that, without realizing that it was happening around me. And I also felt the same. So that's why we just decided to have a long distance relationship, and we just didn't know that it would last that long before we have any kind of a settlement.
8 years. 8 years of long distance relationship.
At the beginning it was okay because I was still a student. Mika was already working. He was more flexible, so he spent some time. He came to Korea regularly, like once or twice a year, and I could also visit Mika using my vacation time. So at the beginning it was more smooth, but after I got a job, I was not so flexible anymore. So Mika needed to just come to Korea to spend time with me, but I couldn't really move my ass to Europe anymore. So
I guess we beeped that out.
Yeah, there was the time, I guess, probably we started to think about the next level, but I don't know, I just didn't feel like I was ready to get married immediately. So there was a little misunderstandings here and there.
I think I asked to marry you, I guess, in our third year.
Our third anniversary.
Third anniversary,
yes.
Right. So I basically ambushed your event that you prepared, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a, how you say, it's a no-brainer basically, but guys, don't ambush your girlfriend's events for your proposals. This will have a bad ending.
It was our third anniversary, and Mika was supposed to come to Korea, so I prepared everything. Like, I booked a nice hotel, I bought a nice champagne, so like everything was a set. And then Mika just brought the ring and just asked me, "Will you marry me?" Out of nowhere. So I was like, okay, this is the proposal you prepared for how long? So
to my defense, I thought I was smart. Just to piggyback your event.
Yeah, like I guess I was just not ready. It was nothing to do with your proposal, honestly. But
you can guess. You said no.
Yeah.
It hurt so much.
Because I just started to work. I just got a job, and my life seems to just be started. And Mika asked me, "Will you marry me? And let's move to Europe together." And it's like, no. My parents didn't educate me spending that much money just because they want me to marry with a guy who I met in Australia and just run away from them. So I thought that I could just do a little bit more.
Sounds reasonable. But for me, like, it was basically the toughest time of our relationship.
Yes.
Because like when you get a no to your proposal,
yeah,
you start to question things. And for me, it was basically like I was very close of giving up somehow. But again, same feeling like I was in Australia. Like I couldn't let her go. Like this was like, I was like, no, there must be a chance. Somehow we need to make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I kept kept on going.
Yeah.
But it had a good happy ending. And because like I said, I will never propose to you again because like it hurt. And I was like so surprised. I let you tell the story because you can tell it better. On my 30th birthday, Sujin surprised me with a proposal on my birthday.
Yeah. Because since he announced that he would never propose me again, so somehow the ball was in my hand. And since we said no, we spent, I don't know, a little awkward time together, a few months or something, and then we went back to normal long-distance relationship stage. And back in 2013, after, I don't know, it was our 5th year of being together, Mika suggested perhaps I should come to Austria to try to spend some time there and also to check how Austria is like. So I quit my job and I went to Austria, and there we spent really nice time because it was our first time to live with each other. And I don't know, Austria was very peaceful, beautiful country. So I enjoyed my stay there. And there was, I don't know, like it just came to me in a natural way, like this is the guy. Like if I ever married to somebody, it should be him. So I realized that, and I asked Mika's friend if they can help me out with my plan. And everybody was just so supportive and super duper happy, even happier than me. and we started to make a plan. And conveniently, Mika was celebrating his 30th birthday party. So I decided to ambush his party. So there was a cover-up party. Mika's birthday party was just a cover-up. And I prepared like I don't know, 20, 30 the cards with the letters of my proposal. And we prepared some dancing together. Yes, and then it was really, really romantic proposal. Mika had no idea.
I had really no idea.
He cried like a little baby for a long time. But I was happy.
You know, I should have smelled it like 100 kilometers away that this is coming. But like usually on my parties, like I like to drink a lot of booze. And you know, usually my friends are supporting me, like have a shot, drink. And on this night I started to drink fast and my friends started to slow me down. And I was like a little bit, guys, what are you doing? This is my...
I had their mission.
This is my birthday party. I want to drink and have fun. I was like a little bit disappointed. It's like, guys, really? And then like shortly before midnight, like they set me on the floor, on this chair. And they
Cover your eyes.
They covered my eyes. And suddenly the show started. And the thing is like, then all my friends came out with their cards showing... stations of our relationship. And you know, and me, stupido, didn't realize that there was already Bruno Mars.
Marry Me.
Marry Me
We
playing.
played the music, but he didn't get it after, I don't know, like until the 10th card. We're there, like,
I was
what
already
is
a
going
little
on?
bit too drunk. So I was like, and at the end, like 3-4 cards before the end, I realized like, oh, that's a proposal. Holy smokes.
Yeah, at the end of all the card ceremony, like at the end I was like, ta-da, it's me. And then I kneeled down and proposed him. And he said yes.
I cried like a baby.
Yeah. Will you do me an honor of being my husband?
Yes, for sure. So engaged for
13. And
engaged for 3 years. Then we got married in Busan. And since then we are a married couple.
Yes.
Difficulties for us, I think like I can't complain too much because I compare to my, fellow foreigners in Korea who are married to Korean wives. I I was very lucky, I have to say, with my parents-in-law. Like, they're both too good to be true. I was extremely lucky and very supportive. Like, perhaps not right from the start, because I remember when I met your mom for the first time, she was very skeptical.
My parents felt a little bit awkward because they didn't expect me to bring any kind of a Western guy as my half. So they were at the beginning a little bit awkward, but they could also see that we were truly in love, so they accepted him pretty soon.
Yeah. But still, your mom said we have to date for 10 years before getting married, right?
It was very first condition because I was 23. So,
I get it.
Yeah.
So, but at the end, she was rushing. So, when are you guys getting married? It's like, okay, 10 years didn't pass yet.
Yeah. Although we've been dating such a long time, I thought that I know Mika well enough. But after we got married, we quarreled a lot and there were a lot of problems coming up. This is mostly about, I don't know, like emotional things. Not really about, I guess it's all about couple fights. At the end, doesn't matter what it was. But at that moment, it's really serious and I just feel like I don't really talk to him. I talk to the wall and I don't understand his mindset at all. Like this guy, I don't know, who is he? I guess he also felt the same. So at the very beginning, we were really fighting a lot.
Did we?
Yes.
I'm forgetting this. Case.
Good played. Well played. Good job.
Good job.
But yeah.
I guess because I was lonely at the time, you know, when you move to Korea or any general, you know, if you move away from your home country, where your family lives, where your friends live, where you have like the food you like to eat, right? If you move away from all these things, at the beginning you struggle a lot. So for me, I guess it took 1-2 years, like just to get really used to it. And also these days, like I'm just tricking myself a little bit, just going home regularly, like every 3-4 months, I'm going home for a short trip, just to, I say, get a little home feeling, and then I'm good to go.
And also because we've been communicating with each other all the time in English after we met each other, I didn't really feel uncomfortable to communicate with him in English. But after we got married, when we were having a couple fights, I started to realize, okay, this is our second language. Because with fight, you want to make a point. You want to talk about deeper problems. You really want to be like, you want to win. But in this language, I just can't be so creative, so mean.
Perhaps this is good this way.
So I was like, I should have said this and that after, I don't know, after the fight is over. So I guess this was after I got married, I also realized that we need to probably learn each other's language to have a deeper conversation. Before we got married, because we were busy whispering love to each other, like, you know, oh, nice, talking about only nice stuff. So it was not really necessary, but the marriage felt like this is real. I think these days in Korea, there are a lot of interracial or so-called multicultural couples. Of course, everything is tough. Even if you just want to be married legally, it's much more complicated. Also, you have to take care of visas and, you know, when it comes to the marriage, there are much more things. But when it's just about the dating, of course, you can face the cultural difference sometimes. You probably are having, I don't know, more difficulties to understand each other in many ways because of the different background or whatever. But I don't know, like for us, nothing seemed to be a huge problem because we were sure that we love each other. And as long as you are sure about your love, then all the other problems, I guess you can just solve it. So if you feel like this person is your love, you shouldn't be afraid of it. You should just go for it, and then you will learn it.
I agree with that because I also get a lot of times the question like, how did you make it, right? It seems impossible. And I think like if you want to make something possible, you will find a way. You know, everybody else, like if they don't want to make it happen, they will find an excuse. So is it the distance, the culture, anything, right? If they want to go out they will find an excuse.
Yes.
So I think like at the end I have to say keeping our long distance relationship was kind of easy because like of course we had our bumps in our relationship, but I had a goal in my sight.
Yeah, life
So-
is anyway all about priority, in my
Yes.
opinion. If your love is the first priority, there is nothing you can do.
Hope that you guys enjoyed that episode of Stories from the Soul. Be on the lookout for more episodes, and hopefully you guys are gaining insight from this series. Make sure you follow me on social media at skycedi, and also subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and be sure to hit that notification bell. Until next time, we'll see you in the next video, and remember to always seize the day.